the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Hey yo, what's up y'all? It's Logan, and I'm here bringing y'all this review to this newest Joell Ortiz and Kxng Crooked project called H.A.R.D. Now this comes in at 8 songs and 25 minutes, so it's extremely short, easy to get through. And I was looking forward to this one whenever I heard about it. I really like Joell Ortiz and Crook. I think that they are both top tier lyricists with very solid flows. A very good sound. I really enjoy the work that they did when they were a part of Slaughterhouse, of course. I wish Slaughterhouse was still together, but so be it. Either way, they were both great writers, great rappers, and I went into this one with very high hopes. And try to keep this one light and easy to the point, because that's what this project was, if we're totally honest. The pros being the lyricism and the flows, as I've already said, they always come hard, and they continue that here. The beat selection, very solid. They have beats that fit their style very well with some uplifting stuff, but also has darker overtones to fit that grittiness of what they're actually talking about, because they're hitting you with some hard bars that actually have truth in them. Of course, they have chemistry, so much chemistry, having worked together before already. They know each other's strengths, and they complement each other's styles very well. I mean, they have similar styles anyways, again, coming with great punchlines, great bars, and aggressive flows. They complement each other very well. They just have very similar sounds, which adds up to an enjoyable project, in my opinion. And while another pro, while it is mostly a bar fest, it does have some songs that break the mold, specifically Lose My Mind. On that track, they're talking more about their lives being in poor situations and going through hardships and how that can really push you to a bad place. I really like the fact, because it would have been so easy for only 8 songs and the 2 of these coming together on a collab project. A lot of the times it's easy to just settle in and say, you know what, we're just going to throw a bunch of bars over some solid beats and call it a day, and it'll turn out to be a really solid project. But the fact that they took at least one track out of this entire track list to say, you know what, let's actually say something. Let's go out and try to put together a cohesive album, not just a bar fest. We're not just trying to have a cypher in here. That shows the effort that they put in to try to make a solid project here, and I really enjoyed the fact that they did that and didn't just have one track mind through the entire project. Now, on the flip side of that, the cons, the rest of this project pretty much is a bar fest, so in that sense, you have heard albums like this before. This is not anything new. I can definitely tell you that. Even though it has a song of different value compared to a bar fest, this is not anything new. You've heard albums like that before, specifically on short collab albums. A lot of the times on collab albums, they don't try to put together something that's extremely cohesive or anything like that. They just try to put their 2 sounds together and put out a project, kind of like comparing this to the Future and Drake project, What a Time to Be Alive. I mean, they didn't have an overarching message for that project, and honestly, that project had very little cohesiveness anyways. It was not a great project, but they just tried to make sure their sounds fit well together, make sure the track list was tight, and boom, put it out. That I'm not saying that's what happened here, because again, I can tell they put in the effort, but again, it's only 8 tracks, and like 7 of them are just straight bar fests, so it can get repetitive, even though it's, again, only 25 minutes, and I'll talk about that more in the conclusion. Now, there are no real features on this one worth note, so I'm just going to go through 3 of my favorite lines that I heard, because again, this being a bar fest, I mean, they really come with it. So 2 of them are from the track Get You Money. First, they say, wife better than the arrival time of ambulances in the hood. I thought that was pretty good, because obviously, in the hood, they often have issues with 911, with police, police brutality. Ambulances go right on in with that. A lot of the times they're not as close to the area because it's not a safe area, not as well funded, so they can't afford to put anything there. So they have to come from further away, and then on top of that, a lot of the times, those type of the people in the ghetto, obviously, generally speaking, being black, they just aren't seen as a priority. So they're like, you know what, we'll take our time getting there. I'm not saying that that's what the ambulance actually thinks, but a lot of the times that is the perception. So I thought that was a pretty solid bar. After that, on the same track, they say, got the amphetamines from my blood, that's red and meth, of course referring to Redman and Method Man. Blackout, of course, classic project there, and I like the little shout out to him. I thought that was pretty cool. And then on the song Catching Bodies, I'm just gonna do the clean version of this because y'all know me. Y'all know I try to talk clean on these reviews. But he says when talking about record execs, says take turns screwing their artists with a saxophone. That's a cold train. Of course, y'all know what train means. But cold train, of course, referring to Coltrane. Playing the saxophone, jazz, huge jazz influence. I thought that was a really good bar with a solid double entendre there. Really good bar there. So overall, just going back through this project, again, trying to keep this one light and easy. So many good bars over very solid beat selection. Yes, at times you could zone out just because a lot of it's similar. But it's only 25 minutes, so it's really easy to just sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to give this my full attention. I'm going to immerse myself into this project. I mean, you can do that for 25 minutes, especially whenever it has enough good bars and good flows to keep you engaged for that long. Yeah, sure, it's generic for a 2-artist bar fest, whatever. It's on the upper echelon of that, though. Like, it's really freaking good. It's a really enjoyable project that, you can tell they put some effort into. It's not impactful or anything like that, but I am definitely going to be going back to this one. I really enjoyed this one, and I can't say it's something I needed, so that's why it's not like an album of the year contender or anything like that. This isn't something I knew I needed, or even afterwards I can say, this isn't something that I still need, but it's something that I wanted. It's something that I got, and I said, you know what, this was really good. I mean, more projects like this is cool. These are the type of projects that get us through. Like I said, this isn't one that's gonna go down and be like, dang, you remember 2020, that Joell Ortiz and King Crooked album? You're not gonna go 10 years from now and say that, but this could be one that stays in your rotation. If you have a Barfest playlist, you're gonna throw some songs from this on there. And it's really just got some songs for you to bop your head to and say, oh, you hear what they're saying? I mean, that's what this is. That's what they went into wanting to do, and that's what they did. So I commend them for that. Overall, if I'm going to put a rating to this, I'm going to say this is a very solid 8 out of 10. And that's just my thoughts on this one. I really recommend checking this one out. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think it's worth listening to. I'm definitely going to be going back to it. So, other than that, I appreciate y'all checking out this video. Make sure to hit the like button, comment, sub, hit the bell next to my name for notifications. Share this video so your friends can check it out. I appreciate y'all, and I will hit y'all up next time.